what I've done, Malaj, I've filed a rejoinder of submissions, Malaj, before your lordships.
Other side, the rejoinder submissions given are lengthier than my reply. Other light, you need not respond to that. It was a...
I have to respond to more weighty things than the pages of my rejoinder. Malaj, your lordships may just, at the moment, Malaj, not deal with this document. It will come to you. Let me just broadly tell your lordships, Malaj, what we have to meet and what the issues are. Malaj, I think that we seem to have been, we are somewhat innocent of the manner in which people are represented in the House and who a legislator owes his duty to. Well, as your lordship knows that under the 1950 Representation of People's Act, Malaj, you have a delimitation commission. And in each state, a delimitation takes place and the territorial constituencies, Malaj, are carved out. So the elections takes place with respect to those territorial constituencies in each state and the number is already, Malaj, fixed. So, Malaj, under the Representation of People's Act, first under the Constitution, under Article 170, people are directly elected from the territorial constituencies. And, Malaj, there is a process by which, Malaj, they are elected. That process is also, Malaj, elaborately set out in the conduct of election rules. First, there's a nomination that takes place, Malaj. The nomination takes place pursuant to your party nominating you and giving you the symbol on the basis of which you go to the returning officer and say, I am the nominee of the party and this is my symbol, which represents the party. After which, Malaj, the election takes place. And when the election takes place and the votes are counted, Malaj, the returning officer then gives you a certificate saying that you have been elected from this party. A copy of that is sent to the Election Commission. It's all set out here, so your lordships, at the moment I'm just broadly. A copy of that is sent to the Election Commission, and the Election Commission conveys that to the Speaker of the Assembly. What is it that I'm trying to say? The only identity of a legislator recognized in the House is that he is a member of the party. He has no other identity. 2 members, 3 members, 20 members, 34 members can't have an identity outside of that. That's the basic constitutional question. Give your lordships an example, Malaj. Forget about 34. A small party in Goa has 5 members. 2 of them go to the speaker, to the governor, and say, you know, I'm not going to support this government. And those 2 Malaj actually tilt the balance and the government can fall. So the governor will call a floor test.
Sorry?
Will the governor call a floor test? Forget majority, even the minority cannot topple the government. If this is the procedure in law that we have to follow. We are back to Aya-Ram Gaya-Ram. Why? Because you say, now your political affiliation doesn't matter. What matters is numbers. Democracy is not about numbers. It is numbers within a constitutional framework. What the legislators, the speaker, the governor recognizes are political parties. And you are a member of a political party, nothing less, nothing more. You have no other identity. And I tell your lordships why I'm saying this. How are governments formed? Sarkaria Commission, remember, Malaj? Largest single party who has a majority on the floor of the House, the governor will call him to form the government, the leader to form the government. If that's not possible, comes the second, and that's political party now. Second, pre-poll alliance of what? Of political parties. That's the second, if they form the majority. 3, post-poll coalition.
What is the first?
Single largest political party. Second is pre-poll alliance of what? Of political parties. It could be 1, it could be 2, it could be 3.
Which is the third one?
Third is post-poll coalition, which is what the Uddhav government was. Post-poll coalition of political parties. And the fourth is post-poll alliance of political parties. The governor, under Article 168 of the Constitution, is not a member of the Legislative Assembly, but he is part of the legislature. He can't recognize anybody other than political parties. That is the constitutional fundamental framework within which the House functions. That's why we did away with Gaya-Ram, Aya-Ram.
Lastly, the governor is not part of the...
He is part of the legislature, but not a member of the Legislative Assembly. So he only recognizes, because he is part of the legislature, the political parties, the legislative parties. That means my identity is associated with my party in the House. I have no separate identity. Otherwise, mothers 10 from one party, 2 from another party, 3 from another party will go to the governor and make the government fall. And then my learned friend's argument, see, the governor is fully satisfied that you have lost the confidence of the House because 10, 2 and 3, along with the present dispensation, make the majority. So you back on Aya-Ram Gaya-Ram days? The whole purpose of the 10th schedule is to get rid of it. Numbers in the House will not make governments fall. It is the alliance of parties in the House that will make the government fall. And that's the application of mind of the governor when he decides to ask for a trust vote. See the havoc it will cause. All you need to do is to look up numbers, and they will say, Malats, on public platforms that it is a call of conscience. Malats, we know the extent of their conscience. They'll go to the governor and say, see, we give you the numbers now. This is my letter to you. We are now the majority. This government, this chief minister has lost the confidence of the House. See the numbers. And it will be argued that, look, it's demonstrated that it doesn't have the majority and therefore hold a floor test. You see the consequences of this argument on the democratic polity of this country. That's one issue, Malas, I will deal with. I just want to point out. Number 2, even more important, which is something that I mentioned earlier also, and in detail, Malas, in my note, and which they did not comment on at all. All the council have not commented on the concept of the whip. In fact, I was really surprised when my learned colleague, Malat, Mr. Kaul, gave to your lordships a letter of Mr. Sanjay Raut. Your lordships will remember that. Saying, no, actually it is the legislative, it is the leader of the House who appoints. It is the leader of the House who appoints the whip. Well, let's just kindly have a look at that letter. It is the last page of the submission, Malat, that was... I just handed you to
6th July 22.
Yeah, just see, it was a very interesting letter. Now, your lordship sees this. This is to the Speaker of the Lok Sabha. Lordship sees that. And 13th June 2019, which was handed over. Yes, now see what is the last page at page 44. Sanjay Raut writes to Malats, the Speaker of the Lok Sabha. That's what he pointed out. Have that document?
Yes, yes.
Says, respected sir, it is to inform you that Shiv Sena Parliamentary Party has nominated Rajan Vikhare, MP as Chief Whip in Lok Sabha in place of Bhavana Gawali with immediate effect. Signed Sanjay Raut, leader of Shiv Sena Parliamentary Party. Correct, Maharaj? Now just see the previous page. Sanjay Raut is a member of the Rajya Sabha, not a member of the Lok Sabha. He is appointing the leader in the Lok Sabha. Appointment of Shiv Sena Parliamentary Party leader for both houses, Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha. Dear sir, Shiv Sena has the strength of so much in the Lok Sabha. Previous page, Maharaj. Vinayak Bhaura Raut is the Shiv Sena group leader in Lok Sabha, and Sanjay Raut represents Shiv Sena as group leader in Rajya Sabha. In addition to the above, I hereby appoint Sanjay Raut, member of Rajya Sabha, as Shiv Sena parliamentary party leader for both the houses of parliament, Lok Sabha, Rajya Sabha, as a facilitative measure. May I therefore request you, esteemed office, to take note of the same and communicate accordingly. And Maharaj, I gave to your lordships chapter and verse, Erskine May, all the authorities, Maharaj, as to how it is the political party that appoints the whip in the house. Paksh Pramukh. And this whole argument was jettisoned by showing this document saying, see, Sanjay Raut is appointed. He's not even Maharaj, a member of the Lok Sabha. He is empowered by the party. So this whole argument that I sat in Assam, appointed Gogavale as the whip, where does that come from in constitutional terms? 34 of you sitting in Assam in the lap of the BJP will appoint Gogavale as the whip and then come to court and say, look, we have already removed you. Under what power?
Sorry for interrupt. This may not be relevant for the.
Sir, if you don't mind, sir,
Rejoinder.
throughout, sir, I mean, I really will appreciate. You people have, my colleagues have answered for 5 days. I have not uttered a word throughout. So please allow me to at least argue in my own way.
Saturday, Sunday.
So,
But appointment of whip in Rajya Sabha, Lok Sabha, it would never be over. We
Will you-
curtailed our arguments. In a rejoinder, my lord, appointment of whip in Lok Sabha.
well, if you want, I can sit down and the court can decide, since you are the master of the ceremonies here. So, Maharaj, because that was an argument made, Maharaj, because that justifies, what they say, that justifies the fact that Gogavale is the whip and he issued directions and he has to be obeyed. Maharaj, till the 4th, who was the political party recognized in the assembly? Shiv Sena. That was the political party. Who was the whip, Maharaj? Sunil Prabhu. So the second submission that I wish to make to your lordships is,
First and second are more or less both men. Basically saying that whips are actually appointed only by the political party.
That's right.
That's it. It's a simple point.
that's simple, very simple points. Appointed, so Maharaj, the whip has to be obeyed. Sunil Prabhu had to be obeyed. On 3rd, Sunil Prabhu issued a whip that you cannot vote for the BJP candidate as speaker. Whip was disobeyed. He cannot appoint himself as the leader because Ajay Chaudhary became the leader on the 21st of June itself when we removed Eknath Shinde. That removal of Eknath Shinde and appointment of Ajay Chaudhary was conveyed to the Speaker of the House. The Speaker of the House recognized it. So how could the governor call Eknath Shinde? Who is Eknath Shinde? I'm talking in constitutional terms, Maharaj. Argument is Eknath Shinde was the group leader. Where was it? Under which law? Which group? You can't arrogate yourself the powers of the party. Sitting in Assam, being entertained by another party, publicly saying that another party is fully supporting me, and changing the constitution of the House as if you are the political party. That's the second, which I will argue, Maharaj. I won't take too long, Maharaj, just so that we reduce the level of controversy. Number 3, my learned friend, my colleague, Mr. Kaul, Maharaj, argued that I am the party. He says, I am the party. I am the Shiv Sena. Maharaj, on what constitutional basis can a people with 34 members say they are the Shiv Sena? Are they recognized by the Election Commission as the Shiv Sena? Shiv Sena is a registered political party with a political leadership, Maharaj, intimated to the Election Commission under Section 29A of the Representation of People's Act. The moment the recognition takes place under Section 29A, that is the decision of the Election Commission, which is final. That decision was not overturned by anybody when all this happened till the 4th of July. So, Maharaj, how can Eknath Shinde's group of 34 say, I am the political party? It has no constitutional basis. And for 5 days we have heard this, Maharaj. I am not saying that I have split. I am not saying that I am the faction. I am saying I am Shiv Sena. So if I say I am Shiv Sena in constitutional terms. cannot be